What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. My name is Gregson, that's Chad, and that is Hanson. And we are driving around in the M3, and we wanted to talk with you guys about something really exciting today. Finances. Basically, what we wanted to do for you guys today was make a video about what's going on the channel and why we're picking up another project Volvo. So this video, as you may have seen, is coming out after we've picked up our brand new M66 manual, Atacama interior, totally sweet new dad wagon that we picked up from one of our friends on the forums. His name is Alex Spinner. Go check him out on Instagram. I'll throw up a link to his Instagram in the comments below. He helped us out with a car as well as some other parts for our other project Volvo, and is just a regular good guy and is good to check out for parts and also cars. He finds them and resells them and everything, so go check him out as well.
But why more Volvos?
So, yeah, the reason why we wanted to make this video was to talk about why we bought that Volvo in the first place, as well as some future projects we have going on. The reasoning is because we have been getting quote after quote for manual swapping the Volvo, and it is going to be a metric ton of money. What we're trying to do, essentially, with the channel moving forward is better budget our money for pretty much everything. Project cars, business ventures in any kind of way, and we want to be more efficient with our money, more effective with our money. So part of that is kind of doing a cost-benefit analysis with manual swapping the old Volvo versus buying a new one that actually has a manual in the first place. So
I don't know where this is coming from.
I don't know.
That was fun. So yeah, as you can see, a manual is more fun than an automatic.
Yeah.
So
Now you're picking up what I'm putting down.
So what we did is we basically bought this manual Volvo because the manual swap, on average, from all these quotes, was going to be between $7,000 and $8,000. Let's say $8,000, because it was more towards that steep end.
Not to mention, anytime you're doing something to that extent, there's always something.
Right. So it could be $8,000, but you know, we could get underneath the car and realize half of the front end is rusted out and have to replace a bunch of the subframe,
right.
Or whatever.
So the unknowns of making the manual transmission work, like the coating and
correct.
Like
There's
the tuning of everything.
That's a great point.
Area.
That's a great point, because you have to remap these cars on top of just swapping in the manual and the labor. So the manual and labor and parts are $8,000. That's not including the Vita laptop you have to purchase, the software you have to purchase, the tuning from either Hilton or someone else, and it's just it adds up. So the whole thing probably would have cost between $9,000 and $10,000. So with that being said, we wanted to be more effective with our money, as I said, and we purchased this car, and it essentially cut the budget in half with no tuning needed. So, right. I mean, it's less than half at this point.
We effectively found $4,000 just by doing it this way.
Correct, yeah, and at minimum. So that's the whole reason for this particular car.
Right.
The next part of that is the M3 and Hanson, your project car, which we've alluded to many times on the channel.
Right.
So let's talk about that part of the channel as well. So we've talked about the Volvo, and then at the end we'll talk about what's going to happen with the old Volvo. So why don't we talk about the M3 now, and what's the future with this car that we're driving in currently?
So the future of the M3 is, well, we're actually going to sell it. Reason behind that is that this car is a hoot to drive. It's a lot of fun. However, I had budgeted a certain amount of money to effectively address the oil leak, address the interior, address the kind of known faults with this car. The problem was that each thing just kind of kept creeping up. We thought the oil leak was the main seal. Turns out it was coming from the vanos, but that took 3 attempts to figure out. So all this stuff,
which cost a lot of money.
Yeah. All of this just kept piling up, and I have just blown through my budget, and I haven't even touched the interior, and I haven't even done any sort of fun mods or what have you.
Right.
So it goes back to what you were saying, Greg, in that just being more efficient with our money, and think of it that. So I thought the best course of action was to sell the M3. Now, I will say this, everything we've done, she's mechanically solid.
Yeah.
She's 100%. She's in great shape.
Yeah.
Still little couple things with the body and what have you, but as far as a base for someone else's project, this thing is phenomenal. I will be getting another project car.
But you've been doing a lot of research into what you want, and we think we have a couple of good candidates. One in particular that we think is a really good candidate, same platform or similar platform to this.
Right.
That would be, one, interesting for you guys, and two, much more cost effective.
Right.
I think back to this M3 too, like you mentioned that you've done a lot of work to this car to make it mechanically sound. So if someone's out there is really interested in this car, this could be a great investment, because there's still a couple of things that's wrong with it, but mostly it's cosmetic. Like this interior hasn't really been touched. And if someone was to make this into their daily driver, you have a mechanically sound car, and all you really need to do is just spend the extra money and effort to kind of upgrade the interior.
Right.
And you're gonna have a fantastic car, BMW E46 M3 that's almost 200,000 miles.
Right. So it's right now, I'm looking at it, it's 175,830 miles, and it honestly feels like it's way less than half that on the miles. Honestly, just riding in it, I feel a huge difference from when I rode in it before we got everything fixed with the Vanos issues and all the other mechanical things to make it sound. Like, it feels like a ridiculously better car in every way. So that's the reason why we have to get rid of this car, is because of more money efficiency. And that leads to Hanson's car, because
we're selling him to get him a project.
Yes, Hanson's being sold. Also know
he's kind of mechanically sound. He has some leaks and things here and there, but
yeah.
So
we know what we got. Craigslist.
Yeah. So like basically learning from both of these guys' experience and all the problems that they have with their cars, or just the cost of like tuning it and modifying it. I've kind of like changed my goals a little bit, and I really had my mind set on this one specific car for the longest time, and I'm not going to say it just yet. I'm going to reveal that in the future video, but I really wanted to get that car, but there was basically it had a couple of ticking time bombs that I just wanted to avoid. So basically taking the lessons they've learned, I've kind of set my mind on something else that's not going to immediately spank both the M3 and the V70R. It's definitely going to be a fantastic car, and it's not going to be an immediate thing that I make those upgrades, but because I have another thing planned for it, at least for the first year. And I think it's going to be a really exciting adventure, and it's got something else than outside of modifying the car itself, and it's all about the other elements surrounding the car, and I think that's going to be a really fun adventure. I'm going to have weekly updates on that car, and it's going to be something fun to keep track of. So that's something to look forward to in the channel.
Yeah, and something that neither of these guys mentioned, but I have the Volvo. Chad will be getting his car in the next month, and as will Hanson. You may not see videos on it in the next month, but probably at some point in late April, early May is when you'll start seeing the other two project cars on the channel. So we'll make some videos about the Volvo and maybe the Aston Martin in the meantime, and then we'll have all three project cars kind of get together, and we can maybe drive all three of them together, which I think would be kind of neat. So stay tuned for that. But this is kind of just a really quick video. I think I don't have anything else to say other than this one thing is, we didn't want to say that, oh, we're going to manual swap this Volvo and then not do it, just to kind of like draw you guys in and then pull the bait and switch. Definitely not what is happening. Full transparency, we operated at a loss last year as a business. So, and it was a pretty significant loss. It was a 5-digit loss. So, these things take money, they take time, and we're realizing that, doing this, since we're really kind of just starting out into the YouTube foray and all of that, it is a lot more money than you'd think to make a project car that we can't always DIY ourselves. We all have day jobs, so unfortunately we can't just sit in our garage and wrench all day long. We would love to do that. So sponsor us, give us lots of money, and we'll do that.
Or buy one of these.
Oh yeah, or
30.
Well, yeah, buy about several thousand of these, and we'll be fine.
First person to buy 30 of those will actually come meet you.
Click the link below. It just takes time and money and effort, and all three of us have day jobs and lives and everything like that, and it's just a lot of time that we don't have and a lot of money that we don't have as well.
I think just to piggyback on that point is we never went in this with the intention of just flat out buying another car with the Volvo or getting so in deep with the M3 that it's just, we want to produce more content for you guys.
Right.
We want to do more. So with the Volvo, that money we're saving, we're not going to pocket that. That's going directly back into the Volvo.
Right.
Yeah, that's an important point, actually. It's important to know we take $0 from this channel or this business. Every single dollar goes back into the business, and whether that's the website, whether that's Drive Tribe, whether that's the YouTube channel, whether that's cars,
Teespring,
trips to auto shows to make more videos for you guys, trips to media events to make videos for you guys. Every single dollar. Like, we've been at this since 2013, casually, until 2016, and then really kind of started to make a thing out of it in 2016. We still have since day one, we've taken $0 from this channel. I think that's important to note. So every bit of cash and money and whatever has gone back into making this a better experience for you guys and for us to drive cool cars. Like, that's it. Right. That's all of it is. And the cars aren't ours. They're the businesses or the press cars. So, you know, that's just how it goes.
But yeah, I think overall it's a good call. And I mean, we want to invite you guys to not just follow the Volvo or the Chad's next project car or just my car. We want you to follow all of those things, because I think you're going to find an interesting dynamic in this channel. Not just one car, but just like what we do with all the cars, the comparisons, and also what we learn when we just drive these different cars. And I think that's just going to be an exciting adventure.
Yeah, I agree.
So to that end, we're all really excited with our new direction. And if you guys share an excitement and you want to help us out and want to contribute in some way to helping us with these builds, as always, there's a couple different ways you can do that. You can hit up our merch page, which is in the description below. Get yourself some sweet Shifting Lane swag. We're going to have the original Dad Wagon t-shirts on there with the Dad Wagon 2.0 t-shirts.
Right.
And with everything else that's coming up, we're going to be making merch for it. It's going to be awesome. Also, we're actually going to be launching a Patreon page where you can go and you can pledge. For right now, it's just going to be $1 per month, just $1 per month to help us out. You know, we have a ton of subscribers, so if you guys just pledge $1, we can do a lot with that. And that will really help us out. In the future, we're going to be adding some different tiers, some rewards, all that fun stuff that you see whenever you support a Patreon page. So if you're interested in that, hit the description below. There'll be a link there, and we thank you for your future support.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon next to it to get all the notifications for when we, all three of us, make a video and publish it directly on YouTube. Also, give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and give it a thumbs up if you think we're going in the right direction. And if you don't think we're going in the right direction, give it a thumbs down. You know, we want your feedback. So
tell us why.
Also, yeah, tell us why in the comments. We want to hear from you guys. We like to converse with you in the comments. And Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Follow us. It's at Shifting Lanes pretty much anywhere. And we want to talk with you guys about what you think the direction is going and if it's a positive.
Of course, if you're interested in the cars, please let us know down below and reach out to us at contact@shiftinglanes.com.
Yes. And with that said, that'll do it for this video. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. See ya.